Alright guys, welcome back to a video journal. I was just filming but then I stopped because I didn't think it was good enough. It wasn't fast paced and I wasn't expressing my thoughts as clear as I could. So anyway, I am in a situation where I am trying to see situations as neutral, not trying to label anything as good or bad. Yeah, I sort of lost the whole flow of this video now. I'll get into it though. Yeah, because I just filmed a video before this. It's like 3 minutes long, and then it just wasn't very coherent, so I stopped it. And this is the new one I'm trying to make, but it's just the mood that I'm in right now. So I should just accept that and not try and be this perfect, coherent, fast-speaking boy that says a lot of wise shit, you know. I've got to show different sides of me, and every time I make a video like this that is different to, I guess, the optimal self that I want to be, you know, that does speak some wise words, that does speak fast and coherently, and then I look back at things like this where it's just there's not a lot of wise words and I can't think straight, and I never upload those, which I guess is partly because, you know, it's not really anything positive, but at the same time I feel like I need to show my authentic self so people actually realize, you know, that everything isn't all roses and daisies, you know. There is good and bad. Well, there's not. That's what I'm trying to get at. So, you know, everyone has their rough days, you know. We're all learning new things and always trying to implement new things, and we all have difficulties in life. Life is just a bunch of lessons that we learn. And some days I can feel defeated. Other days I can feel so enlightened, you know, if you want to use that fancy word. But yeah, I should just upload this, because basically what I'm trying to get at is that nothing is good or bad. It's only how you label the situation. Yeah. So, smoking this Doobskin. Been smoking a bit lately because it can help me justify this experiment of trying to see things as neutral and not judge any situation as good or bad. Because when you smoke Mary Jane, then yeah, you can get anxious, you know. I do anyway. You know, it's a symptom, paranoia. I mean, there are people who are fine with it. Other people get paranoia, but like, I don't fully get paranoia. It's just like spurts of what ifs and things that I label as negative, you know, things that don't. Basically what it comes down to is I completely lost my train of thought, actually. Where was I? It's gone somewhere good with there. What it comes down to is we feel negative because the world isn't the way we think it should be. Life isn't the way we think it should be. We want it to be different. There are ants in my shoes now. One's coming in my sock. I don't want an ant in my shoe or my sock. That's a very minimal example. But something like, I don't know. That's another example. Things just like social anxiety, like say, and you blame it on other people. Or let's say you meet someone angry, or let's say you meet a dickhead, alright? I'm not good at making examples up on the spot. Let's say you meet a dickhead and you fucking don't like him because he's a dickhead and you wish he wouldn't be a dickhead. You wish he wouldn't do that. So what that is actually doing is your mind is resisting it. You're not accepting that he's a dickhead and accepting that he just has different beliefs than you and he's just brought up differently. You're not accepting that. What you're doing is resisting it, and that all goes back to I can't speak, but my thoughts are fucking all over the place. I need to do some fucking meditation. So you're resisting it because you don't think life should be that way. You think, this is not how the world should be. I wish it was more comfortable. I wish everyone in the world was nice. But that's just not how it is. And that doesn't mean you just have to accept it and move on with it and not do anything. Feel sad about it, because that's still reacting. You're still feeling sad. It's the same thing. But yeah, if... where was I? It's so hard to get lost in thought though, and believe that your beliefs are absolute truth. Right now there's heaps of guys that have just come in at the Oval and they're going to do some sport, I don't know, football or some shit. And yeah, it's giving me anxiety, but this is the experiment. Why am I labeling this situation as bad or good? They can all see me making a video, and making a video is abnormal in society. So I'm basing all my beliefs on society. I'm saying I need to follow society's rules and cultural norms. That's what it's saying. That's what I'm saying to myself. But then there's the other side of me, which I can see that I'm just some fucking ape like them, just fucking contemplating life. And they're over there doing their thing. But what I'm trying to say is that we can see it as a different situation. I can see this situation as good or bad or neutral. And at the moment I'm seeing it as bad because it's triggering my anxiety of what people think of me. Because I've got... Don't worry about ants in your shoes, guys. Fucking getting my sock out. Don't want them. Fuck's sake. We need to recognize our thoughts. This is just me. This is just me personally. I got to do these things. I need to start recognizing my thoughts as soon as they come on. Those addictive tendencies those thoughts that come on reluctantly with you don't have a choice in it. You just like thinking and those dark thoughts come in. It's like, oh fuck. And you've got to catch it quickly because it can control you. The mind, I don't know who said this, but it's like a quote. I'm not going to do it right, but the mind, and I've lost it. That was probably a whole part of the quote as well. Yeah, because I started thinking about things. I get off track. I keep... Yeah. the mind is a good servant, but not a good master. That was the quote. And it was evidential just in that bit where I got too caught in my thoughts. Let my thoughts control me. You see, we have to be in control of our thoughts, not the other way around. Because then our life is determined. Really. But maybe I'm determined, maybe people who break out of the mind see, yes. This is some live shit I'm just working on, like, the mind is a good servant, not a good master, and it keeps grappling me in during what you're seeing live, you know. I have to keep remembering I'm in control of my thoughts. Don't let the thoughts get to me. You have to really catch it out as soon as it comes on. They're fucking quick though. That's how it's hard to, because thoughts are so abstract, and you know, for me anyway, sometimes they're as simple as like me saying stuff in my head, like thinking about philosophy or whatever, and it's like my words in my head. You know, there's some of that thinking, which is basically talking to myself, so it's a bit weird. But then there's other sort of thinking that just happens so quickly and you don't realise it, and it just sort of manifests within your mind, and then that's what emotions are. And you become an emotion, you go, fuck, why am I so angry, or why am I so sad, like, how did this happen? It's because we don't catch on to our emotions so quick. Our thoughts, I mean. We need to catch on to our thoughts quickly as. Because there have been periods in this vlog where I've gone anxious as, and gone, oh, but I need to quickly catch my thoughts, bring me back to reality. Because your thoughts are not who you are. Your thoughts, well, you didn't have a choice in, there's fucking heaps of ants around here. You didn't have a choice in who was going to give birth to you. You didn't have a choice in who your parents were. You didn't have a choice where you were going to be born. Or did you? Who knows? Get into that for another story. So, you're brought up without a choice. You're born. You didn't have a choice in being born, or did you? Story for another time. And then, so you got just random people around you as your parents and your family and their friends and whatever, and your environment, your economic status, you know, how much money you got and where you're living and shit. You have a choice in that. You did not have a choice. So you grow up and your parents are doing what they think is right for you, your teachers are doing what they think is right for you, your society and culture is doing what they think is right for you, and you grow up thinking this is the right thing, because obviously, you know, it's got to be. Like, why would it be any different? Why would people not want to love? But society and culture are not based in any wisdom. I mean, of course, it's not a full fucking dictatorship and we're all fucking dying. Like, there is freedom, but there's still a lot of harsh laws, a lot of things that don't help the human spirit in any way, and a lot of things that satisfy the egoic mind. By that I mean satisfies I don't know. But yeah, so there's a fucking spider in my shoe now. I don't want that. Don't worry guys, it's not a big one. I live in Australia, but there's not fucking spiders that big on the ground. Touch wood. Nah. Anyway, thoughts are a great servant, but not a very good master. So, catching them out quick. Anyway, I was in a story before. Yeah, you're grown up into this whole world, and you didn't really have a choice in it. All the things around you. So you end up believing that this is the way to go, because why wouldn't it be, you know? And then you start realizing that there is the world has got a lot of unjust things in it, and you start questioning it. But by the time you do that, you're already in a state of thinking that is right. Until you waken up, what they call it, awakening. Till you awaken in some sense that culture and society don't really serve the spirit, and when you think that's like, why can't I live in peace or whatever, because it's hard to know that that's true though, is the thing. I feel like all these guys are waiting for me now. I think they need to use the field. So I'm gonna go and talk.